Yeah. Let's talk about this movie. Dunkirk is the latest movie from incredible director Christopher Nolan. Everybody knows who he is. He is a director that you just see his name in the title of the trailers. You're either going to be so happy, so invested, be like, I can't wait for this movie, it's one of the best. Or you're going to be like, oh man, that director sucks, he's one of the worst. He has done incredible movies like Memento, Inception, Batman Begins, The Prestige. He rose to prominence, he became a household name with The Dark Knight. And this man now is directing Dunkirk. He decided to go with the World War II route, something different from his alley, but that's great. Seeing him open up his range. He's done the superhero movies. He's done a little bit of this kind of sci-fi science fiction. So what can he do in a war movie? Trailers have been so at the edge of your seat. Just the way the music goes, like it's a ticking time bomb, and these people, and like the way the actors convey as these terrified people in the trailers. And I just want to see if I can at least live up to that. And what is this movie? You guys know this. It centers on a real life World War II part of Dunkirk, where these people were all trapped in this old beach from the enemies. They want to get out. People from other places come with their boats and try to help them out. And that's really what the movie is based on, and what we go through as the audience. And did this movie at least live up to the potential what the trailers did? Yes, it did, and it did so much more. Kudos to Nolan, just the way he shot this movie. He shot it very unusual, especially from his movies. If I could put it in a sense, just imagine all those beginning Dark Knight scenes he does. That's what kind of like Dunkirk is for the 2 hours that we're in. It's insane. I just love it. Shows that he needed to do in IMAX. The sounds. It's like you hear the first gunshot, you're like, whoa, what just happened? That's a gunshot from here. But no, it was the movie. It's just the sound effects, the way it worked. Needed it for the IMAX, the way this was shot for the movies. And just seeing the landscapes, whether it's down in the beach, in the boat, seeing it in the aerial views, it felt so just like you were there. They knew how to use mostly practical as they could. Maybe there was some special effects, but it looked so realistic. But the way they just shot everything, it just felt like you were there. There was so much suspense going on for these guys that eventually got to the point as an audience with the anxiety. You just never knew when something was going to go. You're like, something's going to happen right now. Someone's going to get exploded or something. Or someone's going to get shot. Just the way to set the tone, it really just made the movie like you were that worried for them for the rest. Music from Hans Zimmer, he was built for this. He makes it right here. It actually felt the movie as well, like it was a whole time bomb throughout the whole movie. Just you didn't know when it was gonna go off. And just seeing the actors getting here, you got more unfamiliar faces, but then you also got the familiar faces like Mark Rylance, who won the award for Bridge of Spies, Tom Hardy, Cillian Murphy, Kenneth Branagh. You have range of actors here that just they add that gravitas. They're good actors, and you believe them playing these characters, and everybody just the story of where these people go through is just terrifying. Like, and they tried to make it as realistic as they could. I don't know how really realistic they went, but it felt really real. And sadly, this is really how wars are, and I bet this is how people went even worse in real life. And it showed, like, they just want to get out. Seriously, no matter the way they can, they'll do what they can. That they all had a common goal, that they wanted to get out. They knew they'd done their part. I wanted them to be as safe as they could. Every time they get a little bit glimpse of hope, it just comes back towards them, and it bites them in the butt. And it's just a shame that that's just how really war is. You can't escape it. You can only just outrun it as fast as you can. The narratives, the way this was set for the film, for me, for a second felt a little jarring, but I got used to the way they were editing this movie, how they were doing scene by scene, because it would go day and night. But then I started to understand how it went, and actually I kind of liked it. For a while you were uncertain, but then when it kind of just came back and tied itself as a nice little bow for certain parts of how the scenes were constructed, you got that, because you had a little bit of uncertainty, but then you got that little part of satisfaction. And just the way it was, it really could not work, but the way Nolan did it, he made it in a way where it was unique, it served a kind of a purpose. And then seeing all these people like have their their war character developments, like seeing how from just war aspect you can kind of tell who they are back home, who they are here where they want to help, and then they'll do anything they can to get in their way. You can tell which ones are the ones that just are but first them, and then others that want to help out, and then you got those that are in the middle. They'll do anything, but they also want to help out because they know it's in their right. So I like how the war element really brought a unique, also in that way, character backstories of these people and showed who they are when it gets the worst, even in a war situation. But you can tell a little bit like, I'm not familiar with you so much, but I can tell who you are back home. I'm gonna have to give Dunkirk a B plus. Let me know, guys, what you thought of this movie. Is this one of your favorite Nolan movies? All this in the comments below. And as always, Roland Empire, laugh, smile, repeat.